guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Layla and I am a houseplant hobbyist. So today we are going to do a collective plant haul of all of the plants that I've gotten over the month of February, late January. But they're actually doing really well, so I'm really excited to show them to you guys. First up, we have my Philodendron Celtificana, which is doing really great. This leaf on the top is actually new growth. So I'm really excited about this. There was 2 in this pot. I ended up trading the larger leafed one for some of the plants that I actually have here today. So it's doing really good. I'm really excited about it. And it even has a new tiny little growth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a tiny little growth coming out of the new leaf. So I'm really excited about that. This is growing really well and really fast. And I can't wait for it to get bigger so I can snip it and make more pieces in the pot. Next, we have my Philodendron Brandy Tatum, which I absolutely love. So all of this right here is new growth. So I'm really happy with this plant. I think it's doing great. Look at those leaves, guys. Look at how amazing they look. The color contrast, the lining. It's just beautiful to me. I can't get enough of it. And this plant is actually, I highly recommend this plant to people. I think it's a great plant. It grows incredibly quickly, which I was really surprised about. I wasn't expecting for it to grow so fast, but I've had it for less than a month and it's doing really great so far. All of these plants I've had since either the beginning of February or like a couple weeks before that, and these are all plants that I've either they've been bought for me, or I've traded for. So next up, we have this Ficus ruby, or rubber tree ruby, Tinkii, I believe it's called. And just the leaves, they're beautiful. I mean, look at that. You can really see the paint coming in on this leaf a little bit. My lighting's a little off, but I am so in love with these plants. I've actually have 3 of them. I have the ruby rubber tree, the Tinkii, and then another small Tinkii, but the small one's not doing very good. I've come to the realization that baby rubber trees just don't do well for me. I'm not sure what it is. I try not to overwater them. I try to only water when the soil is really dry, but they just don't develop to this big. So I'm really hoping this one makes it, and I'll have to give you guys an update video on that. Next, we have my gold dust croton. Now, I love crotons. I think that they're such beautiful plants. Oh, there's some dead leaves in here. I think they're such beautiful plants, but everybody hates them. Everybody gives them so much crap just because they get temperamental and their leaves do fall off. Like this one has lost a few leaves. Some of them are just dry from when I got it from the store. But this was actually in a pot with 2 other plants, with a rubber tree and another one. And they were just so root bound and so stuck that I had to repot them. So I mean, they lost a few leaves in the repot, but they're doing really good. I actually have 3 different crotons. 2 of them are in this video, and then one of them is my magnificent croton that I've had since the beginning of my plant journey, and it's actually doing really great. It's never lost a leaf. So honestly, if you just leave them alone, they're perfectly fine. They won't bother you. They'll just grow and be happy and develop nicely. Next up, we have a Mammy Croton. Now, I got this at Home Depot. I believe this was $5.99, if I'm correct. It was actually on sale. It was on their clearance rack. I've seen these go for up to $10 at some stores, but I really like it. I like the slenderness of the leaves, the different color patterns, you know. I think it's gorgeous. And I feel like everybody should have crotons in their collection. They give a nice pop of color to your room, especially if you just have green plants, you know. I started out with all green plants when I first started doing plants. None of them really had any color. I started off with things like pothos and Sansevieria plants and things like that. But I am slowly expanding to different kinds, which I'm very excited about. My boyfriend's not, though. We're running out of space to put plants, so honestly, we just need a bigger house. Next up, we have this Chinese spider lily. I actually got this in a trade also. I like it so far. I mean, it's doing pretty good. It reminds me of those onions, the green onions, kind of, you know? And, my grandma used to actually grow them in her backyard, so that's what I thought this was. and the lady explained to me what a Chinese spider lily is. And they have these gorgeous red blooms. If you look them up online, they're just beautiful and they look amazing. Next up, we have my Dracaena plant. So this came in with the Tinky Rubber Tree and also the Gold Dust Crotons. And it's not doing so great. It has some yellowing of the leaves. It was like that when I bought it. I've got a thing for rehab plants. I just want to help them, and when they look sad in the store, I feel like I have to buy them, you know, just to give them a good home. But it does have some new growth in the middle here, which is doing really good. Don't mind the toys. My son likes to help me decorate my plant pots. But I feel like this is doing really good. I love the red on the tip of the leaves. I think it also just gives it that little bit of a pop of color. It really stands out. And next, we're starting to get into some of the big ones here. I have my 2 birds of paradises. I am so excited about this. Sorry about the giant sticky trap in the middle. I've been having some fungus gnat issues. But, yeah, this new leaf is starting to unfurl, which I'm super excited about. I'm trying so hard to be patient with this plant and just wait for it to do its own thing, for the leaf to come out. But it takes so long. And I just want it to bloom. Look how huge this is. This is huge. The leaves are the size of my head. Just looking at them in a general sense. They're ginormous. I love it. I think everybody needs a Birds of Paradise plant in their house. And I bought this one at Lowe's for, I think it was $29.99. Yeah, $29.98, which is honestly a really good deal. Especially for 2 in the pot, because they sell these online for just 1. I bought some baby ones at the beginning of my plant journey, and they were $30 for 2 baby ones, and I thought they would be bigger, but they weren't. And so sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. So I actually went to the store with my boyfriend's grandma on Valentine's Day, and my boyfriend, and she bought me this plant, which I was really excited about. But I love Birds of Paradise plants. This one sits right next to my humidifier. I'm really hoping that it does well, because I love Birds of Paradise plants. I think that they are so gorgeous. And just the leaf shapes. The leaf shapes and the way that the trunk sits at the bottom, it's just gorgeous to me. I can't get over it. Really, I can't. Next up, we have my next Dracaena plant. And this one is huge. This is a Dracaena Marginata? Sorry. And this one is probably my son's favorite plant. He likes to shake it. We do shake our plants in this house. We like to get them nice and sturdy, make sure that they're growing great. But I really love this plant. Look at the colors on those leaves. Oop, we just lost a dinosaur. The colors on the leaves really drew me to this plant. And in all honesty, it was $7 at Lowe's. $7 just because it had a couple of yellow leaves like this one. It just popped out. And I mean, I don't mind yellowing leaves. I'm totally okay with them. There's no problem for me when it comes to that. I do keep this one closer to my back door. It's in the walkway when you come into my apartment. So, it does get a lot of light where it sits. It actually sits next to one of my Monstera plants. So it's doing really good so far. I do believe it is root bound, so I do need to take it out of the pot and check it out. But when I do repot it, I will definitely videotape it with you guys so you can see me repot that plant. Next up, we have this Aglionema. I'm not entirely sure what type this is. I'm just going to take the little toys out so they don't fall. But I had 2 of these in one pot, and the leaves on the other one were huge. They were big. They were like this big and this tall. And I actually traded that plant for a couple other plants that haven't come yet. But I'm really excited for this one to just grow. It has this new leaf that just unfurled. And the color on the other one, like, it had whole leaves that were completely red. So I'm really excited to watch this one grow and see what it turns into. Next, we have my Raindrop Peppermoria plant. Now, I really like Peppermoria plants. I have a Pelia Peppermoris. Also, a Chinese money plant, and it's doing really well. Now, I've never had one of these before, but it has so much new growth. If you look at the inside here, you can probably see it better on this side. It's got new growth already. And it's got some bumps on the leaves. I looked it up, and it's actually hard water deposits from being overwatered in the store. It has no place else to store the water at. So it actually fills up the leaves with these pocket bubbles. And it said that after time, it's not going to go away. They just kind of stay that way, so I can either remove those leaves or I can leave them and just let them be. And I've decided to just let them be. I mean, they're not affecting the plant in any way. They just don't look very nice. But until I get some new growth on this, I think I'm just going to leave it the way that it is and just let it be this. But look at the size of this leaf right here. I absolutely love this plant. I think it's so cute. Next, we have a Calathea. I believe this is a Burl Marks Calathea. Now, I cannot keep Calathea alive in dirt to save my life. I have this one and a red Marginata that I currently have in water, and they are thriving. They're doing really well. I got this also as a rehab plant, and the leaves are really curled, and it was dying almost, but now it's doing really great. I'm really excited about it. I think the pattern on the leaf is really what drew me to it. I like the design on it. I like how simple it is. I like the color contrast. And I just kind of felt like I had to have it in my collection, so I did trade for this. Next, we have my Fiddle Leaf Fig. I absolutely love Fiddle Leaf Figs. I actually have a dwarf and this one, and they're both doing really well. I have them on my windowsill, and I only water them when the soil is completely dry. Like this one, it doesn't need to be watered yet. Got some dirt coming off of my hands, but just look at this. It is so full and so beautiful. This one is actually a new leaf that just came in, so it's lighter than the rest of them. But it's doing so good. I mean, I had a Fiddle Leaf Fig rehab before, and it kept growing new leaves like down at the base of the plant, and it looked really good at first, but as soon as the humidity would change, the whole thing would just die off. All of the leaves would fall off, and I was devastated because I never thought I would be able to afford a Fiddle Leaf Fig, but I found this one for $25 at Fred Meyer's, so I feel like it's a really good deal. I can watch it grow. It'll get huge in time, and I can just wait and enjoy it until that happens. Next, we have this pink Syngonium. Now, my best friend actually got me into wanting a pink Syngonium. She sent me some pictures on Facebook, and she was telling me about how pretty they were and how she wanted one so bad. So I actually gave her a baby off of this that had nodes on it. So I'm really fingers crossed that it roots, but if it doesn't, then she might get this one, and I can always get another one. But I just think it's so beautiful. The leaves are all the leaves are a little scraggly. I did get this in a trade like this one. It's a little scraggly. But, I mean, look at how pink that is. Look at how beautiful it is. It's not really, that leaf is the pinkest. And it's not really picking up the pink on the rest of them. But it is just a gorgeous plant. I love Syngoniums. I have 6 so far. I'm trying to collect all the Syngoniums that I can. So if you guys know any place that has Syngoniums, let me know, because I absolutely love them. Oh, and also, guys, please be sure to check out Rebooted in North Tacoma. They have a really great plant selection there. The store is small, but it is packed to the brim with great plants. And I mean, honestly, if I could live there, I would, just because there's tons of hanging plants. There's tons of pothos. They're, like, when I say pothos, I mean giant pothos on totem poles that are huge, but worth money. I would definitely go to that store again. I'm actually hoping to go before summer hits so that I can get some new planty hauls, and when I go, I will actually do a videotaping of what I bought from there. So, last but not least, wait, this isn't actually my last plant. There's 2 more plants. So, I also got this Sago Palm. Now, this Sago Palm seems to be doing really well so far. What is that? and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's a little rock. Sorry, guys. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a bug. I'm actually in love with it. Some of the leaves are changing colors, and I'm not sure if that's normal or not. I haven't had this very long. So if you guys could let me know down in the comment section if this is normal for the leaves to start turning white, or what I should do when it starts to turn white like this. Because like I said, I just got this less than a month ago, and I don't know. But I do think that that does look kind of nice up against the plant when you really look at it. I mean, it looks like natural variegation, kind of. But I'm not entirely sure what it is. But it is doing pretty well so far. It hasn't lost any leaves. It seems pretty sturdy in its pot. And this was $8.99 from Fred Meyers. So I'm really happy about that. I feel like it's a really great deal. And last but not least, we have this big boy. My big old snake plant. So I have two smaller ones. I have a moonshine and then the yellow tip snake plant. And the tag on this just says accent. So it doesn't really tell me what kind it is, but it was $14.98 from Home Depot. My boyfriend's grandma bought it for me. And I am actually in love with this thing. I think that the banding is really beautiful on it. And it really is just like a nice tall statement piece for a room, which is part of the reason why I got it. I always have short plants. I've never really had the chance to have tall plants. So this plant, the Sansevieria the Dracaena, oh my gosh, I forgot about one more plant, guys. I'm gonna need a second. Two more plants, actually. Jeez, I got more plants than I realized this month. And I was trying to collect them all together in one spot so I could be like, just pick up a plant and move it. That's not working out right now. There's a lot more plants here than I thought there were. So let me just move some of these guys out of the way so I can get to these last two. Okay. So, I hope you guys are all having a really wonderful day. I mean, I love the plant community. I love everything that you guys do for each other. You're also very supportive, and it's a beautiful thing. I think that's what really got me into this. I do suffer from bipolar and depression and severe PTSD and anxiety, and I feel like being able to communicate with plant people and being able to share my plant love with them has really done wonderful things for me. It's helped me bring myself out of my box a little bit. It's helped me connect with other people that I never thought I would be able to connect with, and it's just all around a soothing situation to be in. It's nice to have the time, most days, because I do have two kids. It is nice to have the time to deal with my plants and wipe down the leaves and water them. And that's like my couple hours of zen every day, is that I get to spend time with my plants and really get to have my one-on-one with them, which is really great. Shout out to the plant community for getting me started in this. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't think I would have really gotten into plants. Like Harley G, one of my favorite YouTubers, and Plant Me Ashley is also one of my favorites too. I really love those guys. They really made me want to start my YouTube channel and really put myself out there, which I wasn't really prepared for, to be honest. I'm still learning. I'm still new to this. But I am hoping that my channel will go far, is basically what I'm saying. But one of the last plants is this giant palm. You can't even see me anymore because it's so big, and I can't even get the whole thing in the frame. But I got this huge palm for $20 at Fred Meyers, I think? Yes, it was Fred Meyers. But it was only 20 bucks. I thought it was a great deal. My boyfriend's grandma thought it was a great deal, so she actually bought it for me. And it's doing really good. I did top it off with some more soil because it was missing some. And there's usually little toys and stuff in these, but I took them all out. I love the way that it looks. I love the leaf shape. Look at this. Who wouldn't love that? It's like bringing paradise into your home, and I feel like that is 100% the thing to do. I really found my love for plants from my grandma. I grew up going to her house almost every weekend, and she had tons of plants. she had plants that I didn't even realize she had until I got older. Like, she had Trebu Moonlight and Trebu Dark Form and just Sansevieria Moonshine and philodendrons that were huge. They were bigger than this palm, and it really increased my love for plants because I wanted to experience what she experienced. I wanted to feel that love that you get from them, which I really think, it sounds kind of crazy to non-plant people, but plants do give you love. They do give you joy, and they do help you in your hardest times, which I think is a really big thing. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please, like I said, check out Rerooted because Chrissy is amazing. You guys will love her. She's totally awesome. She has great plants in her shop. And last but not least, I got this Christmas cactus. I've always wanted a Christmas cactus. I actually got this from my boyfriend's dad's girlfriend. Sorry. And I love it. I mean, it's such a beautiful plant. She said there's a couple different varieties in here. I think she said there's red, white, and pink in this one pot. So I can't wait for it to bloom. I'm actually really excited for that because I've had one before, but it just didn't work out. It was like a little tiny cutting, and it actually died, which I was really sad about. But when she gave me this, I was so surprised because, one, nobody has ever given me a plant like this before, so I was really excited about it. But I mean, it's thriving. It's doing really good. And I don't know if it's an Easter cactus or a Christmas cactus or a Thanksgiving cactus. I know there are 3 different types, and I know that their leaf shapes look different, but I'm still figuring out the differences between them. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below and tell me what I can work on, and be sure to come back to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Much love. Happy planting.